thanks for joining me. Today I'm looking at the ways that I use or have used seaweed in the garden. Now, seaweed is available dried online and in stores, but if you live near a coastline, it's no harm getting it there. That is, of course, if the laws and regulations in your area don't prohibit the collection or harvesting of seaweed from the beach. But if you can do it, and bear in mind it's wet and heavy, so take precautions. It's probably best to get it after a storm where it's laying on the beach and easily accessible. The most damaging thing ecologically you could do is probably remove it directly from the rocks, but if it's the only thing available, what you want to do is try and keep at least 7 inches or so left on the plant, or that's about 20 centimeters, and that will allow it to regrow. Big old heap there, isn't it? So I'm done for the day. There's 2 small bags worth there, but the tide is coming in, so I don't want to drown. Just wanted a bit of seaweed. Now there's a consideration here. It's to wash or not to wash. That is the consideration. And the reasons why you might want to wash it is to get the sand and salt off, and the reason you might want to do that is you don't want to add any more salt or sand into your soil. I found in terms of the salt and the sand, but particularly the salt, it's not such an issue. I've never noticed it causing an issue really. Another consideration is obviously whether it should be chopped up or not, and obviously, like most things that you add to the compost bin or whatever, chopping it up will speed up the breakdown, so chopping up a little bit is no harm. The third reason why you might want to wash it off and rinse it off is cats, dogs, birds, critters, rodents, whatever, and it's for that reason that I am actually going to rinse it off today. And the old mayonnaise buckets will come in handy again. So what would I do without them? What? Ooh. What is that? Look at tiny shell. So onto the ways that I use or have used seaweed in the garden. And first of all, a straightforward mulch to cover bare soil, best used in the autumn or winter, given it time to break down. And the second method is digging it into the top layer, again best done in the autumn or maybe early winter, given it time to break down. Next up, it's a leaf combo, mixing it with brown leaves, again as a soil covering or as a mulch around plants. And just remember to keep a bit of distance between the mulch and the stem of the plant. My preferred use at the moment though, especially considering it's springtime and we haven't got that much time for seaweed to break down in the soil, the old classic adding it to the compost heap, and just like leaves, and even more so in the case of seaweed, it's full of water, so a very thin layer or else become a big sludgy mess. And I've got a closed compost bin here, but if you've got an open one, maybe burying it inside, maybe in a pre-mixed variety, mixing it with your green and brown would probably be a good approach for that, kind of a setup. And onto seaweed fertilizer or seaweed tea. So I filled up a bucket a little over halfway. It looks more than halfway, but that's an optical illusion. And I'm just gonna cover it with water. There we are, submerged. Now I will put a lid on it, but I won't seal it completely. I'll leave it a little bit open, and I'll leave it there for like two weeks or so. And every 2 or 3 days I'll give it a bit of an old stir. See you later. You can see the difference between 1 week and 2.5 weeks. The seaweed breaks down quite a bit and the colour intensifies. And yeah, once it's the colour I want, I'll basically go ahead and sieve it, and then I'll dilute it. If it's been like 3 weeks, I'll dilute it like 1 part seaweed concentrate to 7 parts water, and use that as a feed around plants or as a foliar spray. Maybe dilute it a little bit more. It's great for cabbages and leafy greens, cruciferous vegetables. Most things benefit from it. It's a win-win. Add some nettles in there and you're bleeding laughing. So there are some of the ways that I use or have used seaweed in the garden. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Salam.